beautiful baby elephants. Now, this is Imenti, who's 2 months old, and this is Emily, who's 7 months old. Now, what's special about these baby elephants is that they're actually looked after by people because they haven't got a mother elephant. And they're kind of at nursery school, really, and it's here that they're going to learn how to be elephants. And they're wrapped up in these blankets, just like babies are, to keep them warm. An elephant uses its trunk for smelling and sniffing, rather like a human nose. But the trunk isn't just a nose, it's also like a hand. Emily hasn't quite got used to using her trunk yet, just like a baby wouldn't quite know how to pick up its food with his hands. But she's getting some help, and eventually I think she'll get the hang of it. Now this is Big Elephant School, where the baby elephants will come when they're a few years older. Of course, the older elephants that live here are a lot better at using their trunks. Now, this is Ajok. He's 4 years old and he still loves his milk. Now, it's a very important day for Ajok because he's going to go out into the wild with some of his other school friends and they're going to meet some other wild elephants. Now, we're a bit worried because wild elephants can be dangerous, and we're just hoping that Ajok and his friends will be welcomed and that the wild elephants will be really friendly and they'll all get on together. Now, every day when they go out into the wild, it's always a bit of an adventure because the keepers can't be sure that they're all going to come back. By lunchtime, our school elephants are just desperate to cool off, and that's great for them because their favourite lesson must be swimming. Even when they can't find a watering hole, they can at least dust themselves down with the cool red earth. Now, taking a closer look, there are lots of things that are in common with me and the elephant, believe it or not. For instance, they've got big, long eyelashes, just like we have, but they're a lot longer and a lot thicker, you see? And they've got nice big eyes with eyelids, and he's got brown eyes, and I think they can have pink eyes or grey eyes, so they all have different colour eyes. And if we go down a bit further, it's got a big mouth with a tongue inside there, and the all familiar big ear. Now, we'd all expect his ear to be really huge, but the actual ear itself is about as big as my hand, can you see? And this enormous flap of skin is really like my earlobe. Only I don't fancy having earlobes about that big. And let's have a look down here on his feet. Ah, he's actually got toenails. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. That's better. But his nose is definitely a lot longer than mine. Well, Ajok and his school friends are down there in the wild, and they're actually with some wild elephants. Now, we did say I was a bit worried about that, but they seem to be getting on very well, and they're all looking very friendly, so it's been a good day for Ajok. Ajok and his school friends have had a really good day out, but it's been a long one, so now it's time to head off for home, have a quick drink, and then get to bed. But we did start with 8 elephants going out this morning, and it looks as if Taro's decided to stay out in the wild all night. But that's okay, because that's what they're all learning to do. And eventually, when they're old enough, they should all be out there in the wild for good.